Debate. My name is Kadria Ahmed of Next Newspapers. Now, gentlemen, we have a system of public education that produces graduates that are barely literate. What are your plans to give young people the sort of education that you all received? And I'd like to start with General Muhammadu Buhari.
Well, there's nothing wrong with our educational system, but we need improvement in the sense that the tertiary institutions, the UBE, the three tiers of government, local, state, and the center, must finance the UBE effectively. And then we try and introduce professional training in terms of whether children are going to be taught to become electricians, plumbers, panel beaters, and those who are able by their talent to go forward to the intellectual side for the tertiary institution, they will be allowed to do so. But the federal government must effectively supervise the financing of the UBE. There are cases where counter-funding is not forthcoming from some of the states and the local government. This is denying Nigerian education. And then there should be more of the trade schools, so that children, when they go out, they can be given some amount of money. This can be arranged with banks and other financial institutions according to either geopolitical zones or states.
Wealth. A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. The Action Congress of Nigeria government and my government with my team will certainly bring the best team you can get, because Nigerians are out there, wonderful people. But we will rehabilitate the hospitals. We will rehabilitate the entire healthcare sector. We are going to set up 6 specialist hospitals in this country. The reason is, today, any little thing to do with kidney, with heart, with cancer, you just have to get out of this country. Our intention is that in these 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, we are going to create special hospitals. Kidney, cancer,
I think I have
heart.
to do the same thing for Mr. Ribadu and
Thank
give
you
him a
very
little
well.
bit more time.
Women, children, and neurosurgery. Our reason of doing that is because Nigerians are out there working for others. I want to bring them back. We have specialists. We have the best doctors. In the US today, there are over 5,000 Nigerian specialist doctors. We will do whatever we can do to ensure that they come back, and then they will meet facilities on ground here where they are going to serve their own people. I do intend to do that. We also will engage the private sector. Private sector can play a role in health delivery. We have a now healthcare scheme, insurance. We will strengthen it. It's not bad, but we can do better. We do intend to fund drug manufacturing, not just to say that we are going to stop bad drugs coming into our country. We will create good drugs. We will manufacture them internally in Nigeria. We are not going to wait for a corrupt government official at the border, custom, or the port will allow fake drugs into our own country. We will manufacture them here, and it is possible that we can do it. Those are some of the specific things.
Malam Nuhu, thank you so much. Now, we have to go to an ad break in about 1.5 minutes, but very quickly, there's a question I must put to all of you. Disproportionate amount of leaders we've had in Nigeria have been from the north. Why shouldn't a southerner be the next president of Nigeria? You are all northerners sitting on this stage, and we have to do this very quickly.
Want to start now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Anybody?
I think, you see, one has to look at the records with a very clear perspective. When you talk of Nigerian leaders right from independence, what proportion of it is military, what proportion of it is democratically elected leaders? Because if by any chance, by accident of service, accident of history, you get chains of military people taking over government, and largely they are from the north, that is an accident. It's not, as far as I'm concerned, but when you're talking of the democratically elected people, I think the field should be open. This is democracy. And this is why all of us, I am not contesting simply because I'm a northerner. I am contesting because I know I can do it, and I'm presenting myself to contest. So
thank you very much, Malam Shekara. I have to go for an ad break, and when we come back, we will carry on this conversation from where we stopped.
Okay.
Join me after the break. Welcome back. You are watching the 2011 NN24 presidential debate in Nigeria's federal capital, Abuja. Now, before the break, we were talking to the candidates about the fact that all of them are northerners seeking to become the next president of Nigeria. It's a shame that the incumbent, who is the only southerner, chose not to be here. But our history is that a disproportionate amount of northerners have led this country. And I was trying to understand whether they thought that morally this was acceptable, or whether really there should be a chance for other parts of the country to lead this nation, as some people believe. And Malam Shekara, if you can just quickly round up, I will give you just 30 seconds, because you were speaking before the break.
Thank you very much. I want to quickly round up. You see, the position I mentioned does not necessarily mean that I do not recognize the need for equity and equitable distribution. You see, unfortunately, PDP has corrupted the word zoning. I would rather use the word balancing. Today, even in the United States, that is almost the Inspector General of Police of democracy, there is balancing. You talk of balancing. You see, balancing meaning giving everybody some sense of belonging and participation. That does not, if today I am a presidential candidate and I say my running mate is from Katsina, you'll say I'm crazy. There has to be this attitude of carrying everybody along. But that does not necessarily mean you are denying others the opportunity to participate in an open democratic system. The presidency has its constituency in every nook and corner of Nigeria. People should be allowed to go and canvass for votes. And if the entire voters of Nigeria decides to pick one person, it's a pity the argument in PDP of zoning has seemed to have created an impression. We need to come out of that. We need to grow out of that. I thought we are gradually getting out of that. People should be talking of who is it rather than where is he coming from.
Thank you very much, Malam Shekara. Malam Nuhu Ribadu.
Well, Governor Shekara said it, but it's a little bit even more than that. 50 years after our independence, we are still talking about zone, north, south, east. I think it's time for us to put it aside. We just have to look at this country as one. Poverty, insecurity has no region, has no zone. And those are the problems that is confronting us today. What matters today in our country, I believe, is to get honest, trustworthy, competent leader that is going to address the problems of all Nigerians. You are not going to be a president of one part. You are certainly going to be a president of Nigeria. It is time for us to really put this aside and start looking at Nigeria as one. If you continue to complain, even within the zone, if you are talking about, there is this northeast part of Nigeria, northeast, that has never produced a president. What are you going to talk about it?
Thank you very much, Madam Nuri. General Muhammadu Buhari, please.
Well, this zoning problem, we know who brought it. Our party, Congress for Progressive Change, we said our constituency is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Nigerians will have the right to choose from all other parties. We are multi-party democracy. And really, it is up to the parties to work hard and earn the respect and the votes of Nigerians. What we are fighting for is free and fair election. Let Nigerians choose whoever they want to represent them and to be their leaders in all the stages, state, federal. There is no point of anybody bringing a question of from northeast, I'm from northwest, I'm from southeast, I'm from south-south. Let Nigerians make the decision.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Ibrahim. Now, 4 of you are contesting for this office. There's only one chair.
18.
I said
18.
No, oh, sorry, 4 of you are the front runners contesting for this office. And the incumbent is not here. I'd like to get a sense from the 3 of you on stage of why you think Nigerians should vote for you and not you, and you and not you. What makes you different? Why General Muhammadu Buhari and not Nuhu Ribadu and not Malam Shekarau? Because at the end of the day, it cannot be all 4 of you or the 12 of you or the 18 of you. It's one person.
That is the beauty of democracy, multi-party democratic system. I have drawn a parallel with what happened in the Soviet Union in 1991. A whole empire in the 20th century collapsed without a single shot being fired. Now there are about 80 republics. It is then that I feel that was that one I become a converted democrat, multi-party democratic system, with the biggest caveat that elections must be free and fair. Let the Nigerians decide.
Yes, but why should they decide in your favor and not that of the other candidates? In other words, I'm saying you have a platform, you're talking to Nigerians, tell Nigerians why they should elect you and not all the other candidates, you know, that are standing for the same office.
Okay, if you insist, I will tell Nigerians why I want them to elect me. Under a different system, I have been a governor, 6 states. I have been a petroleum minister for 3¼ years. I have been a head of state. I have been a chairman of Pt.7. Nigerians know this. I have service to offer. I am offering myself to Nigerians to serve them. And I want a free and fair election.
Madam Nuhu Ribadu, why should Nigerians elect you and not General Muhammadu Buhari or Malam Ibrahim Shekarau or even President Goodluck Jonathan?
Yes, because today I stand as the symbol of change. I am the representation of the aspiration of Nigerians today. I am a young person. I am a young man. I belong to the age of leaders who are doing well in the world today. And that is where it matters. I have been in government and I have the experience in the last 25 years. Others have been in retirement in the last 25 years.